Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Viewers, we are still here observing the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the Jalsa Salana, which is otherwise known as the annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, is a major event, and it has always been part and parcel of the calendar of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, regardless of whichever country the community exists. We don't joke with the Jalsa Salana because it is one of our major means of propagating our teachings and the beliefs of the Jamaat. Today we shall be having a short conversation with one of the members of the community, who is the regional president of the youth wing of the community, and he has a lot to tell us. He is in the person of Yahya Ahmed Nkrumah. Mr. Yahya Ahmed Nkrumah, you are welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
And thanks so much for finding the time to come and share with us your story. But then briefly, aside your name, is there any other thing that you want to say by way of an introduction?
Well, I'm married.
Right.
I have 3 boys.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, so
A very active man.
That's quite interesting. Yeah, we have to be active.
That's true.
It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the general manager for JMK Consulting Limited.
Okay.
It's one of the best research firms and one of the leading research firms in Ghana currently.
Okay.
So I'm currently in school also doing my PhD in statistics.
Okay. Wow.
So maybe this just...
These are major tasks. Once you are, you have an occupation, that is more or less serving as your means of livelihood. And then you are also serving the Jamaat as the regional president of the youth wing. And then you are pursuing PhD. These are major, major tasks.
Yeah.
But what I'm very much interested in is, what is your source of motivation when it comes to serving the Jamaat?
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll say is that, first of all, as Ahmadis, we have pledged allegiance to the Khalifatul Masih to serve in whatever capacity that we are assigned. And as we know in Islam, you do not seek for position or power.
That's true.
If you seek for position, Allah will not help you. But when you are given a position and you accept it for Allah's sake, inshallah, Allah himself will help you to be able to achieve all the set goals and targets which you plan for yourself.
Right.
So basically, it's not easy combining all this, you know. So it's also very important that you get a team who will be able to support you in achieving any set target. And fortunately for us, we have people who help us to be able to achieve this target.
Are there some challenges that come your way, and how are you able to overcome those challenges?
Well, in terms of challenges, one of the key challenges is that as a youth leader, you have the responsibility to ensure that you support your members to be able to develop spiritually. So day in, day out, you always have to reflect and ask yourself, am I doing the best that I can at this moment? And it's very, very important that as a leader, you always keep the communication going between yourself and Khalifatul Masih. In that when you want advice or when you want to seek prayers, you write letters to Huzur, and then Alhamdulillah, Huzur is able to respond. And I believe that because we have the intention that we are doing this to please Allah, Allah himself has been our support throughout the process.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I'm being very much, inquisitive here.
Yeah.
At what point in your life did you choose to spend your precious time in the cause of the Jamaat, or it is something that you have always been attached to?
I believe I've always been attached to the processes, but over time, I think I will share some personal experiences, what has really the key aspect that have motivated me. Sometimes when you hear the history of the past members of the Jamaat, it tells you the kind of sacrifice that they made for the Jamaat. And as a young man, I've always been inquisitive in trying to find out the kind of, and when you read the history of these people, you see that they gained a lot of blessings by sacrificing their time for JamaatAhmadiyya. And Alhamdulillah, I was able to go for Jalsa Salana last year. And it changed my perception of Ahmadiyya. It made me feel that even what we are doing now currently is not even as much as we have to do much more than is expected. And it's quite telling, because when you go there, sometimes the temperature is around 6 degrees at dawn. When you go, you see members of the Khuddam Amla standing in the cold. Sometimes you see, very, very cold. You see them shaking, but still they stand firm. Why? Because in the Holy Quran, Allah has said that Atiullah wa Atiu Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. So, which means that for me as a youth leader, in as much as I give instructions to my members to follow, I have to also ensure that if I'm assigned any responsibility or if I'm assigned any order, I follow it to the latter.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
I shall soon be coming back to Jalsa, Salana, Qadian, so that you just give us some brief differences between their Jalsa, Salana and ours. But you have participated in our annual convention in Ghana here for some period of time.
Yes.
What would you say about this year's Jalsa, Salana, which is significantly different from the other ones that you have participated in?
This year's Jalsa Salana is unique. In almost every Jalsa Salana, it's always been unique.
Right.
But one of the key things that we observe as members of the Khuddam Amla is that we have a duty to ensure that we serve the members of the Masih, of the Messiah.
Right.
That is a key responsibility for us. So you notice that sometimes when you come, you are assigned a responsibility. For this year's Jalsa, I was assigned to the car park and traffic control, the supervisor. So which means that I have to report at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. at my post, ensure that all my members are ready to serve. So that when everybody is coming, when the cars are coming, we ensure that everything is well arranged.
Right.
So compared to previous Jalsas, I've played different roles, and one of the most significant of the roles, which I'll share with you, is that I was assigned to sanitation. Initially, when I was assigned to sanitation, some people were a little confused as to why a general manager of a research firm
should be made in charge of sanitation.
Not to be in charge. I'm supposed to take part.
responsible to participate in
exactly. You have to go there. You have to make sure that the place is clean for everyone. So I think this particular act, motivated a lot of people also to come and then take part. Because they imagine that, Mr. Nkrumah, you have been assigned there. They come and see me there. They come and see me scrubbing. You understand? And it motivates them that if this person can go and do this, I can also go there and do that. So over the years, we've seen that the number of volunteers, that is members of the Majlis, who have been coming to volunteer has been increasing. And that is quite encouraging.
Wonderful. I'll be coming back to you very soon. But viewers, if you are watching us, we are live on Facebook, we are live on almost all the social media platforms that you know of, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. Please, you can watch us live right now. I am talking to a very important personality of the Jamaat in respect of the youth wing. Now, Mr. Yahya, you have served the Jamaat, in a number of capacities. And one is that you are currently serving as the president of the youth wing of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. What message do you have for our young and upcoming ones?
The message I have for the young and upcoming ones is that we have to ensure that we hold tight the rope of Allah. We have to make sure we follow the directions of the Khalifatul Masih. Because without Khalifat, there is no Islam Ahmadiyya.
Right.
And if you are serving in any capacity, whatever capacity that you are assigned, don't think, oh, I'm too big for this role, I'm too small for this role. You should not do that as a youth member.
Right.
Whatever task you are assigned, you only say yes, sir. You go and then you perform your task. So basically, this is the small message I have for them. And I also want to tell them that they should stand firm in the path of Allah and they should not waver. Because as far as you have decided that you want to be an Ahmadi and you want to be a beloved of Allah, you should know that trials will come your way. So for example, me being here, I've missed my IA. We had an IA yesterday. And I had duties here yesterday as a supervisor.
And you forgo that IA?
I forwent the IA
very well
to ensure that this task is completed. And throughout this, I've made such decisions in my past, and Allah has never disgraced me. I've always been coming out with flying colors.
So that's my next question. That are there some signs or certain things that have happened in your life which you think it is a testimony of the sacrifices that you have been making for the Jamaat? Do you have some testimonies?
Oh,
you can share one or two.
Well,
just briefly.
A few. Maybe I'll just share one. The one which is very, very profound.
Right.
So, in my current position as a general manager of a research firm,
right,
I was able to get this opportunity because of my service to the Jamaat.
Amazing.
So there was this instant that we were having a program at Bustan, Wakari Amal, and someone came there. He was an Ahmadi. He was not from Greater Accra.
Okay.
So he came, and then through our work, he met me. For example, so I was going home, and he decided to drop me on the way. So he asked me, "Gentleman, what's your name?" I said, "Oh, I'm Yahya. Why are you here?" "I came to volunteer for work." So that's how the conversation started.
Right.
And not knowing he was a big time researcher and I was an upcoming researcher.
Okay.
So through my service to the Jamaat, I got in touch with this person, and I'm here doing very, very well in my professional life. So it would not have been possible if I had refused to serve the cause of the Jamaat.
That is such a profound testimony, and it is so telling. We can only wish you well. And we can only pray that Allah gives you more strength and more energy and many more years of active life to continue to serve the Jamaat. We've been talking to Yahya Ahmed Nkrumah, who is the regional guide, or he is the regional president of the youth wing. I'm told we still have 3 minutes left.
That's fine.
So in 1 minute, what is your final message? So
my final message to everyone is, for those watching the audience, especially the audience who are not Ahmadis, what I would advise is that, there's a lot of misinformation, false information, propaganda about Islam Ahmadiyya. We will encourage you to go to alislam.org. When you go there, we have all the books of the Imam Mahdi and other leaders of the Jamaat. We will encourage you to read this literature yourself and seek Allah's help while you are doing that. And we believe strongly that Allah will be your guide and Allah will lead you to the true Jamaat. Thank you so much. And let me also add to that, we will not only encourage you to read our books, but find time to attend our religious programs or our religious activities. For instance, this Jalsa Salana, a number of you could have come, especially the non-Ahmadis, to witness for yourself what are the things that you have been hearing. What we actually do here, or the things you've been hearing, are completely at variance with what you have come here to see. So my last word for you, in addition to what my brother has said, is that try as much as you come to participate in our program and have a feel for yourself of what the Ahmadiyya community truly represents. Viewers, I will urge you to still remain glued to your Facebook, to your YouTube. We have a lot of programs coming your way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome.